Maggie gives birth in a dingy hospital on the edge of a small town. It's one of those places where nurses wear their hair too tight, and the wallpaper is the color of spoiled milk. With the right humidity, the walls would probably even bleed nicotine left over from the 70s. She's sweating, screaming, squeezing the hand of a man she stopped loving 8 months ago. He winces and tells her to breathe, but his voice sounds like static. Then, silence. Then, the doctor says,
"Oh!"
The baby slides out, pink and writhing, a thick, boneless coil of flesh. Its skin is wet, translucent. No limbs, no eyes. Just a round, lipless mouth opening and closing like it's gasping for air. Someone gags. A nurse makes the sign of the cross. The doctor mumbles something about deformities, about how nature is cruel and marks down assigned male at birth. But Maggie isn't listening. She cradles the thing to her chest. The worm baby squirms against her skin, and she feels something like love. She names them Felix. Felix drinks from a bottle just fine. Maggie learns to wrap them in a blanket so people don't stare. She sings to them. She strokes the folds of their soft, segmented body. They gurgle in response. Maggie's mother stops calling. Her father tells her she needs help. The baby's father leaves town, neighbors whisper. The pastor calls it unnatural. Maggie doesn't care. She rocks Felix to sleep every night in the house she grew up in, a house that smells like dust and lilacs and the old dying wood of a place long forgotten. She whispers, "Mama loves you," while the townsfolk sharpen their knives. It happens on a Wednesday. She wakes up to the smell of smoke. Through the bedroom window she sees flames licking at the front porch. A crowd of people stand in the yard, faces lit orange. They're holding crosses, pitchforks, bottles filled with gasoline. She hears the pastor's voice.
"We have to cleanse this evil."
Maggie picks up Felix and holds them close. They wiggle and coo. She walks to the closet and pulls open a false panel in the back. Behind it, an arsenal, black market guns, tactical gear, military-grade nightmares. She straps herself in, places Felix in a baby carrier against her chest, and kicks open the front door. The mob freezes. Maggie opens fire. The first man drops, blood misting into the cold night air. The second man tries to run, but she takes out his knee first, just for fun. The pastor is screaming. The women are sobbing. Someone falls into the fire, and Maggie smells roasting meat. Felix giggles. She reloads. By the time the police arrive, Maggie is already gone. The house has collapsed into embers, the townsfolk are in pieces, and the only sound left is the wind through the trees. Some say she fled to the mountains. Some say she's underground, waiting. But bodies keep turning up. A hunter, found in the woods with his insides hollowed out, skin peeled back like fruit. A highway drifter discovered on the side of the road, his ribcage gnawed open from the inside. The coroner says the wounds don't make sense. Too clean, too precise. Like something delicate did it. Something hungry. And every so often, on back roads and truck stops, people report seeing her. A woman in combat boots, moving through the night, her long coat shifting, writhing, something beneath it breathing. And if you ever see her, if she ever turns to look at you, don't move. Don't speak. Because mothers are always very protective of their young.